Hey everybody, welcome to your midweek spiritual tune-up on the Center for Spiritual Living Pleasant Valley Facebook Live page. Yes, we are live. This is Lissa Coffey reporting from Westlake Village at my house. And our topic tonight is karma. Karma is one of those words that's like a loaded word, right? We all think it's cause and effect, like what comes around goes around, right? And it is in a way. But I thought we'd dig deeper into it and look at the three different types of karma there are and the whole origin of it and how we get karma and how we get rid of karma, which is like the most important thing, right? Okay, so okay. I just saw this meme on Facebook and it said, karma has no menu. You get served what you deserve. So that's interesting. I don't know if that's the truth though, because I think if something bad happens to someone, then they feel guilty, like, oh, I did something wrong and I deserved it. That was my karma. Karma is neither good nor bad. We can't really label it as such because we don't know what the meaning is behind it. We're in this human form, in this human body, we don't have the understanding that it takes to see that big, vast panoramic picture. We only see this body, this life, this moment, this time and space, right? So we can't see the overall big picture. So we don't know. You know, we tend to judge what's good and what's bad. But so let's break it down. There is a karmic cycle. And we get into that karmic cycle. And this is what we deal with every single day. And what is that? Well, karma actually means action. So karma is basically every action we take. Every action we have taken, every action we will take. Karma is just action. What happens when we take action? And we'll use a very mundane example. So say for example, you go out and you're at Starbucks and you get a cup of coffee and you're like, oh, this is so good. This mocha caramel latte frappe venti is like so delicious. So what happens? You drink your coffee and you love it, and that creates this memory for you. So now, every time you walk by a Starbucks, you have this desire. Oh, I want that mocha caramel frappe latte venti drink. I have to have it. So that desire makes you create the action again of going to get that coffee. So you're spending your time, you're spending your money, your resources, putting this in your body. You're doing all these things. It's not just the act of buying a cup of coffee. It's like all these things mixed together. And you buy the coffee and then you drink it and you're like, oh, this is so good. I love it. I love it. I love it. Which creates the memory. Okay. Now, every time you pass by Starbucks, it's not even a thought almost. It's like, boom, you're in there getting that coffee. And it's become like a habit. It's this karmic cycle that you can't, you can, but it's difficult for you to get out of once you're in that karmic cycle. And you can apply this example to pretty much everything in our lives, like that that not so great relationship, the guy you keep meeting that keeps hurting you, who has different names and different forms, but he's the same kind of guy, but oh my gosh, he's so cute or whatever, That's like the karmic cycle repeating itself, that we get into these habits and it doesn't do us any good. So the way we break that is to break it at the point of desire. We have to know that there's something better for us, because if we don't have the desire, it's not going to create the action. So that's where we can break the karmic cycle. So instead of going straight in the door of that Starbucks, now we walk ahead and say, but it feels so good to exercise, I'm just going to do that instead. Or, but at home I have, green tea and I'm just going to have that instead. Or, whatever it is to take you away from that, to be mindful of your actions in the moment. Okay. So that's about the karmic cycle. And I think that's where, what people usually think of as cause and effect. I have the coffee, I'm in the Starbucks, so I get a coffee. That's the cause, that's the effect, but it's a little more subtle than that. We have the control. Okay, so there's that part of it. Then we need to know that there are actually 3 types of karma in the mix with us, right? So we're in this life right now, and you have to think of karma as a bunch of suitcases, okay? So we have the karma, the suitcases that we brought with us from our past lives. Now we have the suitcases that we brought with us, and this is all called our sanchita karma, our past karma. But what we also don't know about is all of our luggage that we stored in the storage room that we couldn't possibly bring with us into just one life, that we have to bring with us into some other lives, because there's just not room in the transportation to this life to bring all those karmas with us. So we have these certain suitcases that we bring with us. Then there's the karma that we have every day, right? That karma that we create every day. So if we are taking positive actions and our intent is good, this is the big key. If we have good intentions and we want the highest and the best, and we're being kind and we're being helpful and we're being compassionate, that's good, because it's helping us lighten our load. Some of those suitcases are gonna, get emptied out, and we won't have to take them with us. However, if our intent is not pure, if we're doing something for revenge, or out of spite or anger or fear, something that isn't in our best interest, that doesn't move us towards the divine, we can use that as a goalpost of, is this a mindful or not mindful action? If it's taking us towards the divine, that's good. That's good karma. If it's taking you away from the divine, that's keeping you more on this earth plane, more into the material world. That's taking you away from the divine. So look at it that way. So this karma that we're creating every day with our everyday actions, which is like every single thing, right? Getting up out of bed, brushing our teeth, taking a shower, all these little things. We have to take care of ourselves, we have to not harm ourselves. We have to work, we have to contribute, all these things. So karma actually could be like what we're not doing as well as what we're doing, because not acting, that's an action of itself. I'm not acting. I'm going to sit here and do nothing, and that way I won't have any karma. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't, there's no loopholes. Not acting is acting. We're all meant to do stuff in this life, we're given this gift of a body, we can't waste it, okay? Definitely do not waste it. Use it to evolve and grow and learn so that we can have eventually enlightenment. And hopefully we can get that far in this life so that we don't have to come back with more suitcases and go through this whole process again. Although, you know, if you're at the point where you think, oh, this is fun, life is good. Yeah, I want to come back because I never did take that cruise to the Greek islands, and I definitely want to do that. Okay, fine, great. If that's where you're at, cool, do that. But I think at a certain point, you're going to get to the point where you say, oh, I'm tired of it. That's too much. That Greek trip to the Greek Isles cost me a lot of money. I had to work so hard to get that money. And then I got sick when I was there, and then my credit card got canceled. And then, I mean, you know, whatever happens. I got sunburned. I lost my passport. I was stuck. It was such a hassle. I mean, you know, yeah, sure, it was nice to lay on the beach or go sightseeing, but in this life, it's not all, you know, puppies and roses. There's thorns to those roses, that it just comes with its own stuff. Okay, so we're doing all this karma every day. And then there's agami. This is paraba karma, is the kind we do every day. Can't remember if I said that or not, but paraba karma. That's the kind of karma we can control, is our actions, what we do, and our intention behind those actions, right? Are we doing it selflessly, or are we doing selfishly? Okay, and then the third kind is called agami. And that is the luggage that we end up taking with us into the next life. And ideally, we don't take any luggage with us into the next life. We burn up all our karma in this life so that our load is at least lighter than it was when we came in. That's the goal. How do we do that? Okay, so there's 3 ways we can do that. The first way is we actually go through the experience that we need to have to learn and live and pay back this karma, that our debts, our karmic debt. That's the hard way. That's the hard way. That's like, who knows what we did in the past life? And I don't know, so I'm not going to judge. But say you got in a terrible car accident and you broke every bone in your body. Who knows what you did in the past life to end up with this being your karma, that you had this lesson to learn. But if you're doing good deeds all the time during the day, then you can burn off your karma more the second way, so that your karma lessens. It kind of smooths out so that you still need to experience that karma. But now, instead of having the major car accident to get rid of that karma, maybe you just have a little fender bender. And so you're like, okay, cool. So even if you just have a little fender bender, instead of going, oh shoot, why did that happen to me? You just go, blessings, I burned off some karma, you know, and it wasn't earth shattering. It wasn't terrible. Fine, good. I got that off my plate. That suitcase is unpacked. Put it away. So that's another way you can do it. So you can go through the whole thing the hard way. You can lessen the degree of karma by doing good deeds and being nice to people and, you know, working hard for the good of the whole, right? Being selfless. That's another way. The third way you can get rid of karma, and you might think this is the easy way, but I think for most people, they have every excuse not to do it. Can you guess what this way is? meditate. When you meditate, you're connecting with the divine, and it's like taking a shower. It washes away a lot of karma. It helps to purify the mind. It helps you to connect with the divine so that you understand what matters most in life. It helps you to know who you are. And that is the purpose of our being on this earth in the first place, is to know who we are. Meditation can get you there. So I think that's, although it's the easiest way for us to do it, I mean, how many of us do it? I mean, I do it as much as I can. I am not a perfect meditator, I confess, but I make sure I meditate at least once a day. The ideal is half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. So you have a total of 1 hour a day. That is the ideal. But just do whatever you can. If you can do 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, fine. Just 20 minutes in the morning, okay, at least you did it. Do something every single day. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, whatever it is. But do something every single day. And you're going to see benefits in your life. You're going to see results in the activity that you have in your daily life. Even if you're just sitting there so uncomfortable, rolling your eyes, going, I am not getting anything out of this meditation. Just, it says in the Gita, just sit there and be quiet. That's how easy it is. Just sit there and be quiet. That's how easy meditation is. It doesn't say, close your eyes, sit up straight, recite a mantra, blah, blah, blah. Although all those things are great and they totally help. But if you can just sit there and be quiet, you get some benefits too. So don't worry about that. Okay. So then I want to just close by saying we talked about the 4 Dharma paths, the 4 paths that are our spiritual learning styles, how to get there, how to get to enlightenment. And there's Bhakti Yoga, the path of love. There's Raja Yoga, the path of meditation. There's Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge. And there's Karma Yoga, the path of action, work and action. So here is a good way to put karma to work for you. As you are working, work for God. Just instead of working for the money or working for the, reward or the promotion or whatever it is, just work for the sake of work. Just work because it needs to be done. Start there. Just work to do what needs to be done. Then the second level would be, you're working for God. Keep God in mind as you work. Whatever that means to you. Divine Spirit, the universal, Krishna, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, whatever that ideal is for you. Keep that in mind. You can sing, remember Snow White, whistle while you work. Okay, so that kind of a thing, like a chanting, but be joyful, and you're working as offering to God. And then the highest level is God is working through you. God is working through you. So when you think of it in this way, who's doing the work? Not you. God's doing the work. So work becomes effortless. Work becomes easy. Work becomes a joy. So then you're really in the zone, and that's when time goes by quickly. You're not even aware of the passage of time. Life is beautiful. Things get accomplished and everybody's happy. Okay, so I hope you learned a lot about karma today. Just a quick recap, the 3 kinds of karma. Sanchita karma, that's the karma we brought in with us in this life. It's also the karma that's in the storage unit that we don't necessarily know about. Prarabdha karma, which is the karma we perform every single day. And then there's the agami karma, which is kind of the results of the karma that we do every single day. And when we haven't seen the results of that karma, we take it with us into the next life. And the 3 ways to get rid of our karma is go through it the hard way, diminish that karma by doing good deeds and good work, acting selflessly instead of selfishly, and 3, meditate. Okay, let's go meditate tonight. All right, thanks everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you. I will be on live on the Center for Spiritual Living Pleasant Valley Facebook page on Sunday at 10:30. I'm doing a talk about the ties that bind. It's going to be good. I've got some good stories for you. Love telling those stories. All right, see you Sunday. Mwah. Namaste. Hari Om. I'm out.